In the chill of the night, when the moon is the only source of light, there are places on this earth that whisper tales of the uncanny. These are not just any places, but corners of our world steeped in history and shrouded in mystery. They are the places that have stood the test of time, bearing witness to centuries of human drama, tragedy, and sometimes the inexplicable. They are the places where the veil between the world of the living and the world of the dead is said to be at its thinnest, where the echoes of the past resonate with an eerie intensity. They are the places we call haunted. But what exactly makes a place haunted? Is it the blood-soaked history etched into its very foundations? The legends and lore passed down through generations, or to have encountered the otherworldly? It's perhaps a blend of all these elements, creating an aura of the uncanny that sends chills down the spines of even the bravest souls. In our quest to explore these haunted places, we've set a few criteria. The age of the place matters, for history has a way of leaving its imprints. The more ancient the place, the more tales it tends to harbor. The level of paranormal activity reported is another factor. From ethereal apparitions to disembodied voices, these reports of the inexplicable add to the overall eeriness of the place. Lastly, the intensity of the stories associated with these places plays a crucial role. After all, it's the stories that ignite our imagination, painting vivid pictures of the unseen. From ancient castles to deserted hospitals, from forgotten battlefields to isolated islands, our journey will take us to some of the most haunted places around the globe. These places are bound together by the whisperings of the uncanny, the echoes of the past, and the chilling tales of the supernatural. So, brace yourself as we embark on this chilling journey through the corridors of the unknown. Our first destination takes us back to the times of ancient Rome, to the Coliseum, where the echoes of the past still linger. The Roman Coliseum, a grand amphitheater in the center of Rome, is a symbol of the Roman Empire's might and grandeur. It was constructed nearly 2,000 years ago and was a stage for gladiatorial contests, public spectacles, and dramatic performances. The Coliseum has been a silent witness to the rise and fall of one of the greatest civilizations in history. Yet, the Coliseum's history is not only of power and glory, it's also a chronicle of brutal games, where gladiators fought to the death for the amusement of the crowd. It's estimated that hundreds of thousands of lives, both human and animal, were lost in these games. These violent spectacles have left a dark imprint on the Coliseum's ancient stones, and some say that the echoes of these gruesome events still linger in its mighty arches. Over the years, there have been numerous accounts of ghostly sightings at the Coliseum. Many visitors report seeing apparitions of Roman soldiers patrolling the amphitheater, their armor glistening in the moonlight. Others claim to have witnessed phantom gladiators still locked in combat, their ghostly swords clashing in an eternal battle. Even more chilling are the reports of phantom sounds. Visitors often speak of hearing the faint roar of a crowd, the clash of swords, and the desperate cries of combatants, echoing from a time long past. These spectral sounds, they say, seem to rise from the very stones of the Coliseum, as if the ancient amphitheater is reliving its bloody past. These tales of ghostly sightings and phantom sounds have earned the Roman Coliseum a place in the annals of paranormal history. It's not just a monument to the Roman Empire's might, but also a testament to the countless lives lost within its walls. The Roman Coliseum, a monument to human history that has eternally trapped the spirits within its ancient walls. From Rome, we journey to the heart of England, to the Tower of London, where royal spectres reportedly wander. Embodying over a millennium of history, the Tower of London is not merely a castle. It has served as a royal palace, a treasury, an armory, and rather infamously, a prison and execution site. Here, the air seems thick with the weight of the past, and some say the souls of those who met their untimely ends within these stone walls. Among the shadows, the most famous apparition is that of Anne Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII. Accused of treason, she was beheaded in 1536. There are accounts of her spectre, headless, meandering through the corridors or near the site of her execution in the Tower Green. Some have even claimed to see her carrying her head under her arm. Then there are the princes in the tower, Edward and Richard, the sons of King Edward IV. In the late 15th century, they were sent to the tower for their protection, but were never seen again. Their fate remains one of history's most chilling mysteries. Sightings of two small, ghostly figures, thought to be the princes, have been reported, often seen in their nightgowns, holding hands, their faces pale and terrified. The White Tower, the oldest part of the fortress, is said to be haunted by the White Lady. She has been sighted standing by the window, waving to groups of children. Her perfume, a sweet, sickly scent of cheap roses, often precedes her appearance. From the Bloody Tower to the Queen's House, the Tower of London is a hotbed of spectral activity. The echoes of the past reverberate through its ancient walls, and the stories of its ghostly inhabitants continue to captivate and terrify. In the Tower of London, the past refuses to rest, and the royal phantoms remind us of their tragic fates. Leaving England behind, we arrive in France, at the Chateau de Brisac, where haunting melodies permeate the air. Nestled in the heart of the picturesque Loire Valley, the Chateau de Brisac stands tall, a living testament to the region's rich history. But within its grand walls, a sorrowful tale unfolds, echoing through the centuries. This tale begins with a woman named Charlotte of France, a noblewoman who met her tragic end within the castle's confines. Discovered her in the throes of an illicit love affair. Her life, filled with promise, was extinguished in the blink of an eye. Cloaked in a green dress, roams the castle's hallways, forever trapped in her final moments. She's known as La Dame Verte, or the Green Lady, and her mournful wails reverberate through the castle, a reminder of her untimely demise. But it's not just her apparition that haunts the chateau. Visitors often speak of hearing strange music echoing through the halls, a ghostly melody that seems to come from nowhere. Some believe it's the music from Charlotte's last dance, playing on an endless loop as if stuck in time. Such tales give the Chateau de Brisac an eerie aura, a chilling juxtaposition to its outward beauty. Each creak of the ancient wood, each gust of wind through the towering spires, seems to carry with it a piece of Charlotte's story. A story of love, betrayal, and a life cut short. As you wander through the chateau, you may feel a shiver run down your spine, a sense of unease that's hard to shake off. That's when you know you've felt the presence of the chateau's eternal resident. The Chateau de Brisac, a testament to lost love and eternal regret, where the melody of the past continues to play. Our final stop takes us to Italy, to the shadowy halls of Pavia Island, a place so haunted that it has been forsaken by the living. Pavia Island, nestled in the Venetian lagoon, has a history steeped in death. Its past tells a tale of a quarantine station for victims of the bubonic plague in the 17th century. Thousands of people were shipped to this island, their last voyage before they met their untimely end. The air, heavy with the anguish of those who perished, resonates with the echoes of their cries. The island's grim narrative doesn't end there. In the early 20th century, it served as a mental asylum. The patients were subjected to inhumane treatments, and their despair seeped into the very walls of the institution. It is said that the doctor in charge, driven mad by the wails of his patients, threw himself from the bell tower, adding another tragic chapter to Pavia's story. In the present day, the island stands abandoned, a silent testament to the suffering it has witnessed. Yet, visitors recount tales of spectral figures that roam the deserted halls. They speak of disembodied screams that pierce the eerie silence, and an oppressive sense of dread that engulfs anyone who dares to step foot on the island. Some claim to have seen shadows flit through the decaying buildings. Others swear to have heard the anguished sobbing of the plague victims. There are even accounts of the asylum doctor's ghost, doomed to wander the island for eternity, his guilt-ridden spirit unable to find peace. Pavia Island is a place where the echoes of the past refuse to fade. It's a chilling reminder of the suffering endured by those who were unlucky enough to be confined within its boundaries. It's a place where the living are mere visitors, the transient in the realm of the permanent. On Pavia Island, the line between life and death has been blurred, creating a realm where the living are visitors and the dead are the permanent residents.